The hosting game. To play the hosting game, you will need 3 matches, a clock, a pen or pencil, and a sheet of paper. You will also need to be alone in the house. Caution: we advise you not to play this game, as it could result in something very bad happening. Preparations. Select one room in your house. The room must be a small, empty room with no windows. It can be a closet, a bathroom, or any other type of room. This is the hosting room. If you cannot find a room with no windows, you can use a room that has windows, but you must block the windows somehow. No light should be able to get into this room. Step 1. Turn off all sources of noise. That means phones, TVs, computers, electrical gadgets, etc. Step 2. Wait until it's dark outside. Turn off all the lights in the house except for the light in the hosting room. Leave that one on. If there's no light bulb in the hosting room, you can put a candle or a flashlight there. Leave the pen, paper, and clock in the hosting room. Step 3. Now the game can begin. Go to the furthest point in your house from the hosting room. Walk from that room, making your way back to the hosting room. In each room you pass through, stop and call out, "I will be ready soon." Step 4. When you get to the hosting room, take the sheet of paper and write the following on it. You are invited to a gathering, hosted by, write your name here. It takes place at, write the current time here. Bring your friends. Place the sheet of paper on the floor in the middle of the room. Step 5. Stand in the doorway, facing into the hosting room and say, "I am ready. You may come in." Step 6. Turn off the light. Turn around and walk out. Stand outside the doorway with your back turned to the hosting room. Step 7. Take out 3 matches and hold them in your hand. Count out loud from 1 to 10. At 10, strike the first match. If the match lights on the first strike, say out loud, "I'm glad to see you. Thank you for coming." If the match does not light on the first strike, drop it immediately and proceed to the next step. Step 8. Strike the second match. If the match lights on the first strike, say out loud, "I am glad to see you. Thank you for coming." If the match does not light on the first strike, drop it immediately and proceed to the next step. Step 9. Strike the third match. If the match lights on the first strike, say out loud, "I am glad to see you. Thank you for coming." If the match does not light on the final strike, this is very bad. It means you have uninvited guests. Do not turn around. Run immediately to the nearest light source, not the one in the hosting room, and turn it on. The party is over. Step 10. If the third match lit on the first strike, stand very still and listen carefully. You will hear faint voices or whispering behind you. Do not turn around. To end the hosting game, say out loud, "Thank you for coming. Goodbye." Then walk to the nearest light source and turn it on. The game is over. Your guests are gone. Do not turn around or look behind you at any point during this game.